Grand Rising, YouTube Grand Rising. Good evening, good day, depending on where you are. I'm back in again to channel messages that's sent to me, through me, for me to share. And this is more so in regards to my next chapter, which will be chapter, I believe, 7, chapter 8. Double checking. Chapter 8 that we're on right now. The last one I did was around 7 days ago. I didn't even do a finale because that energy was just, it was so much in alignment that it was just so surreal. There was something around 6 to 7 days. So anyway, since then, I've been seeing the number 444 everywhere, like literally. So I kind of looked that up. I've got a bit of a write-up on that. And also, I've been very much tapped into the energy of Jacob's only daughter, Dinah. She's not really spoken much about other than the violation from the Prince of Shechem. So anyway, I read what I've written. I've always stayed observant, not shy. I walk by faith, not by sight. I'm too connected to my Most High and to my ancestors, who I observed in the physical. When I connect, I have faith that they hold hands with those in spirit of the highest light and the highest fight. As my knowledge grows, so does my vision of those on my team, and equally those who oppose me. LOL, lightweight. As it is above, so it is below. We all have the middleman grey area. 3D warfare, social experiment, battle of good and evil, reflections of what's taking place in the spiritual realms, in relations to rebalancing of earth. I truly believe we are humans living a reincarnated soulful experience of a hidden part of history, revealing that which is to unfold is all unfolding. In my mind's eye, I see fear of the discoveries, acting before contemplations, jumping into the fire, nothing to do with spiritual guidance, but spiritual fear of the unknown, but must be associated with a low vibration. But integrity, integrity is everything. Trust of self, love of self, self-respect. All I include into my readings. So much damage since beginning of time. We've been led to heal from the base in order to be aligned. Double mission. You are what you eat is what I heard. I wrote this yesterday. I was meant to come in yesterday and do it, but change of routine, you know, end of the summer holidays and things, and enrollments back into school, all that kind of stuff, and again starting a new business. So my routine and my days are going to change. So this is what I was kind of saying at the point yesterday. You are what you eat, ingest, consume. Going back to the energy of where I was seeing 444, and I looked it up. The first thing I noticed is it adds up to 12. Again, going back to my season 9, where I've been connected to the 12 dancing princesses, which my channel processes as the 12 tribes of Judah. But then when you break down the 12, you break it down to 3. So anyway, as I was continuing, there's 4 elements, 4 corners, 4 regions. Your inability to choose your actions, execute them, and propel yourself towards your vision. I got this off of Google, so I just kind of took off bits. But it's all in alignment with what was coming through for me yesterday in regards to this download of Dinah, the only daughter of Jacob, who was taken and violated by the Prince of Shechem. Wasn't really spoken about. I think it's in Genesis 34, I believe. I was doing a bit of research on her over the last few days because her energy's been coming through strongly. especially after that last global chapter I did, chapter 7, it's somewhere in the lines of Snake Girl, Snake Princess. But anyway, I feel like this chapter is going to break down the energy of Dinah, the only daughter of Jacob. There was 12 tribes, but because she was a female, she wouldn't have been included. But if she was, there would have been 13. Deep. So anyway, I'm going to speak about Dinah a bit. In the Genesis, where she was taken and violated by the Prince of Shechem, it's as though they must have had her there for a period of time. Through the research that I did yesterday, the starting of my research, Leah, which is one of Jacob's wives, had 6 boys for Jacob and 1 girl, which is Dinah. But it was at a time when Leah must have been away from. So in the Bible, how they word it is that Dinah was the daughter of Leah given to, I believe it says, Jacob. So, there's like a discrepancy there. But nevertheless, or possibly that she was a female. And in those days, it's all about the males, So anyway, she'd gone to the land of Shechem where she shouldn't really have been, to go and socialize with the other women or girls in the area. And she was seen by the Prince of Shechem, who took her in the field. And when they say took, they mean violated. So at this point now, the prince went to the king and said, go to Jacob and basically convince him that he wants Dinah as his wife. Originally, in the beginning, initially, Jacob agreed. But then the 2 older brothers came back. I believe it was Levi and Simeon. And they're known as the instruments of cruelty. Basically, they're murderers. So they said, you can have our females as your wives, and we have your females as your wives, but for you to join our covenant, you have to be circumcised. Long story short, they agreed. But it was a trick, because on the 3rd day when they were healing from this operation, the 2 brothers went in and basically slaughtered the men of Shechem, taking their wives, their children, their cattle, their everything, and rescuing their sister. But during this time, she would have conceived a child. So I'm not too sure how long she was there and married to the Prince of Shechem. But the problem was, the reason why there was such a problem is because in the land of Shechem was the Hivites, the Canaanites, where the Israelites wasn't meant to, to basically mix. So anyway, I'm going to go back to my write-up. So bear that in mind, and I feel like that's the energy that's definitely coming through. It's coming through strongly. So anyway, 444. Discover your inner wisdom. Sense of purpose is molded by your beliefs, your values in life, and the core of who you are. As you continue, your knowledge and your wisdom will grow, propelling you in the chosen direction. You are not alone. 444 represents spiritual change in itself or others. Great things lie ahead. Feelings of doubt. Doing something, of doubt, feeling like you may be doing something wrong. You're not. Patience, faith, and peace is needed at this time. 4 represents hard work, discipline, order, organization, stability, structure, foundation, and your core. It was also talking about how when you have the 1 and the 3, that there's reference to the angels. And I was reading here, strong and confident, to take on the double mission. Challenges thrown, projected. This is what I'm writing now from this. You was chosen to fight against and defeat whatever you may be battling with at this time, seen or unseen. Be sure about your intentions, as do they who may fight against you. As I was writing this, I had a notification pop up on my phone yesterday in regards to something to do with Tyson Fury. I know he's a boxer. So as I was writing, be sure about your intention, as do they who may fight against you, is when I saw that. So anyway, and what you're trying to accomplish in your life. The power of manifestation energy, surrounded by angels listening, feeling of your vibrations. You may be feeling the vibrations of your ancestors. And again, this is now when I was going into the energy of Dinah and going back to where there was a discrepancy in regards to how they worded and Dinah was given to Jacob by Leah. It's almost giving me a kind of an energy like she was casted out, because number one, possibly, discrepancy of, was she really the daughter of Jacob, the 13th tribe, and then also the fact that she being violated. And in those days, if you had been violated by another, you was also put to death. In one part of the research I was looking at this point, and another law was, if you don't cry out, then you shall be put to death. I feel like it was. And in the field, they say that Diana didn't cry out, so she should have been put to death. But I feel like what possibly would have saved her was the fact that she was the daughter of Jacob. So I feel like that was kind of more of a persuasion why Jacob agreed for her to marry the prince after the violation. So as I was writing, as I was listening, I was doing some writing of my own. And I said, the rise of DF, Dinah, missing tribe, the revenge of Dinah, the forgotten tribe, 13, taken and violated. And then I was doing the maths, because we go by the 144, but suppose we included this energy of Dinah. It would then boost the numbers to 156. But anyway, I've got so much numbers here, but I won't go into it all. But I was kind of bullet pointing here at the point when I was listening to the first story, the first time I heard the story of the violation and all of this, and I said, casted out, denied, due to allegations, I presume as infidelity, to the land of Shechem, the son of Hammer, the prince of the Hivites. When I look at it, it's bringing me back to the energies of some of my other chapters that I've done, or my seasons, I should say, season 9 in specific, of energies of Dinah was sold and sacrificed, disowned, abandoned, black sheep, adopted off, torn away, sexually abused, physically, mentally. She was basically in a domestic violent situation. There's a movie called The Red 10, and I want to watch it. And it kind of implies as though Dinah wanted to stay there because she felt rejected and abandoned by her father. Maybe possibly because she was a female, she felt as though she was sold out. There's so much more to this energy than meets the eye, but this is a long intro. It's like, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to separate this and I'm going to podcast for my chapter 8 in regards to this energy. I feel it strongly. So if you're resonating, or if you're seeing the number 444, or if you're resonating with the energy of Dinah, or if you have any information in regards to the energy of Dinah, I also do know that she had 3 children. Her daughter, Anish, I believe her name is, she was married, she was the wife of Joseph. there was a lot of ancestral going on, because that would have been Joseph's niece. But she was sent away when she was born because she was the child of the Prince of Shechem. So she was sent to live with a high priestess, who I believe was Rebecca, which would have been the grandmother. But again, I'm still unfolding this for myself. I'm gonna go over to chapter 8.